Hey guys, well, about 3 weeks ago I think, a gentleman messaged me and basically asked for a requested a video for me to do, and it's something that evidently he has done a bit. It's basically splitting a piece of wood with your saw. And he kind of framed the question, what if, everybody, or a lot of people mostly, they, do things whereas, what if you lost your knife or whatever. And he's saying, what if you lost your knife but you had your saw? And how could you process wood that way? And I think mostly he was talking about, just for fires, trying to split down smaller, make smaller pieces out of bigger pieces, basically. So he told me the theory, and I have actually seen a guy do this on YouTube, but it was not exactly the method. It wasn't with modern materials and stuff. And once the gentleman messaged me and gave me a clearer picture as to what he was talking about, then I remembered that video I had watched. And that is actually something that I'm going to be doing, a project very similar to that video that I saw on YouTube, a project later on in the year that has eluded me for a long time. So it's going to be a pretty exciting project for me to do. And I've researched YouTube a bit, and I think there's only one guy out there that I've seen do this. I'm sure there's more people, but that's the only video I've seen. But anyway, back to the theory. Let me reset up the camera. I'm just in my woodshed today. I just got off work. I'm not going to hit the woods right now. So let me set up my camera, and I'll show you the theory that this gentleman showed with me. Okay, first of all, let's see if it works, because I've actually done this a few times, not with a modern saw, but with some, a rock. Let's see if the theory holds true. Basically, this is a hard piece of wood. I think it might have to do, it may work better with some types of woods than others, I'm not sure. Basically, you cut it about halfway through, and let's give this a crack and see what happens. Where my cut is. I don't want to hit my ceiling here. Holy crap. Alright, and it's doing exactly what I wanted it to. And like I said, this is another gentleman wanted me to do this, but see how it's starting to split right there. Now, let me let you in on a secret, well, not really a secret, but let me let you in on why I wanted to do this one. Okay, like I said, this was this gentleman's idea, and I had experimented with this a little bit before, but never thought about it really with a modern saw. But if I get this started to split like this, see if I can somehow, I know you guys saw it. Now I can get a wooden wedge in there and process this down. See if I can get it so I can get my fingers in it. Oh yeah, I don't feel like hurting myself. But if I get some wooden wedges in there and start splitting this down, what would this possibly be good for? For me, if I can get that to saw right there, this is going to be a natural materials bow drill method for me. As I've been struggling with that, it takes a lot of time. Basically, I'm gonna go to the river where the rocks are plentiful. I'm gonna just pick a rock, and I'm gonna try and flake off a cutting tool, and I'm going to grab some natural cordage. I'm gonna twist it up. I might cheat. I might twist the cordage up before I go, because that takes a long time. Whatever. And I'm going to try to make a bow drill set from it. So far I've been able to make the set, but the string broke on me, so I used modern string, and I was successful at it. But to do the whole deal start to finish is something I've wanted to do for a real long time now. And this method of splitting this wood is going to be key. And like I said, this seems to be a pretty stringy piece of wood. Let's test it on a piece of aspen, something that I would actually use for a bow drill. Alright, this is a bow from a one stick fire I did a while back, I think. One stick bow drill fire. So let's just do the same theory here. Come back here. Now obviously, if I do it this way, there's going to be some... I've found finding a rock that will saw like this takes quite a while. So the theory is good to know. Whether or not I do it exactly like this is different. You know, it may or may not be done exactly like this. I'm not necessarily going to take a rock and try to saw all the way through there. Or maybe I might, you know, I'll just have to see. But at least I have the theory. Give her a couple of smacks here. And there you go. Perfect. Alright, so there you go. I think it's a pretty viable method for splitting down wood. You know, would I do it on a regular basis? I'm not sure. Certainly would be easier to split wood like this, larger lengths of wood, rather than trying to baton it or something like that. And when I do my project, it's going to be key that I find a good piece of wood that's not all punky and just break like that on me. Could you imagine sitting there with a little rock for like an hour and then smacking it and having it just break like that? That'd be pretty frustrating. So anyway, I know it took me a long time, man, but it works, which you knew already. But anyway, thanks for the idea. Take care.